Hi guys, this is Miss Cry with Syracuse Academy of Science and Citizenship. We're going to talk about pushes and pulls today. The push is using force to move something away from you. So commonly we push buttons, and this is a picture of if you're walking on the street and you're trying to cross the road. It's common that you'll see this button and it says push button and wait for a walk signal, so you know it's safe to cross the road. A pull is using force to move something towards you. So tug of war is a good example. Or if you have a dog and you have a chew toy, you're going to pull it really hard because your dog really likes playing with tug of war. Force is a push or pull that makes objects move. Force can be strong or weak. Are you going to use more force to pick up a tissue or to pick up a basketball? Yeah, you're going to use more force to pick up a basketball because it's heavier. Position, a place where something or someone is located. So this is a bunch of yoga positions. We have to move our body, so motion is change of position. So each one of these positions, we have to use motion and adjust our body in the way that it says. Friction is a force that works in the opposite direction of motion to slow things down. So this could be either strong or weak with friction also. So if you have a smooth surface and you're trying to move something, there's going to be low friction. So it's going to be easier for you to move because there's less resistance. And with a rough surface, there's going to be high friction. You're going to need to use a really big push to get something across a rough surface floor because there's more friction, more to interact with. Speed is how fast something is moving. So normally we view turtles as very slow and rabbits as very fast. So rabbits are going to outbeat a turtle in any race. Motion is change in position. When a person throws a ball, he or she puts it in motion and the position of the ball changes. So if you're playing catch, you're going to want to throw the ball to the person in that direction. Otherwise, if you don't throw it in that direction, the ball is going to go wherever your hand is leaving it. When a baseball player runs around the bases, his or her position changes. So when you're playing baseball, you're going to hit the ball, you're going to go right to first, second, third, and then home. There's a cycle that you have to go in, and you have to go in the right direction. That's very important. A top spins around and around. And the cool thing about this is that the faster you spin the top, the longer it's going to stay up. A swing moves back and forth. And the more you pump your legs up and down, the higher you're going to get in the swing. But when you reach the top of the swing, you're going to go back, and then it's going to go up and down until you end up not pumping your legs anymore to get more speed. A clock pendulum moves from side to side. This is kind of old. We don't see these big clocks anymore, but if you do, you're going to see this wire and a fixed point. A fixed point is something that does not move. It always stays in the same spot. And at the very end of the wire or the string, it's going to be something called a bob. And in this picture, we're going to see a clock, and the bob is actually a unicorn. So the unicorn is attached to, it looks like a popsicle stick, and it's going to move back and forth. When you do jumping jacks, you move up and down. So there's all ways to move in motion. What motion are we using to open this can? This is going to be twisting and turning. We're going to turn this can opener all the way until we open the can. What are some different ways we can push or pull things to make them move? We could push a door to open it. So pushing is moving it away from us. We could pull a door to close it. So pulling is towards us. We could push a shopping cart, so moving it away from us. Pulling a wagon behind you. So this shows pulling a wagon with a bunch of puppies, but this girl is not pulling. What is she doing? Yeah, she's pushing. She's helping him out because this looks like a very heavy wagon. You could push someone on the swings to help them out and get them a little higher if they don't have enough force to get themselves up as high as they want. Do we push or pull flowers to pick them? Yeah, we're gonna pick them. So that's a pulling motion. All right, we're gonna try something out. I need you to go get a marble, a penny, or some other small object that isn't breakable. You can pause this if you want and come back to it after you found something. All right, now put this object on the floor and push this object very lightly. What happened? Did it move very far? Yeah, chances are it didn't move very far if you pushed it pretty lightly. You didn't use a lot of force, right? Now I want you to put the object back where you had it and use more force. Push this object harder on the floor. Now what happened to the motion of the object when you pushed it harder? Did it move faster? Did it move further? When you use more force, the object will most likely move faster or move further. Speed describes how fast something moves. Fast-moving objects go further distances in a small amount of time. So for example, cars travel so much faster than humans can walk. A car takes about 10 minutes to travel 5 miles. Slow-moving objects take much longer to go the same distance. So for humans, it would take us about an hour and 20 minutes to walk 5 miles, compared to the 10 minutes it takes cars to get 5 miles. That equals 80 minutes. So we take 70 more minutes than it does a car to get 5 miles. Which is harder to put into motion, a bowling ball or a beach ball? Yeah, definitely a bowling ball because it's much heavier and it requires more force to put it in motion. Good job. All right, last one, friction. Friction slows down moving things. When someone rides a skateboard, he or she drags a foot on the ground to slow down. When a baseball player slides into a base, the ground pushes against the player to slow him or her down. All right, how do bicycle brakes work? So when you're going down a hill, you're going to increase speed, but you're going to need your brakes in order to slow down eventually. Otherwise, you're going to keep going and you're going to have a really nasty crash. So if you have a bike like this, it's a kind of a big kid bike, so you might not be ready for this yet, but it has these little handles and you're going to push them. And when you push these handles, it's going to travel all the way to right by the wheel that you see right here. This says brake pads, and it's going to close in on the wheel and it's going to slow the wheel down. So you want to push on those handles and then it's going to push the wheel closer to the brake pads and it's going to slow your bike down, which is really cool. Why would an icy road be slippery? So our shoes rub on the ice, which is causing friction. This friction will warm the ice and make it more water than ice. So this is making it really slippery. So we got to be careful. Why is it harder to skate on grass than on concrete? Remember, grass is really bumpy. Concrete is really smooth. Skating is possible because there is supposed to be little to no friction. So when you have smooth concrete against smooth wheels, it will be much easier to skate than if you had to make friction against bumpy ground like grass, because this will slow you down and it won't allow you to move